Alright, so the showdown is on the way. The Super Eagles of Nigeria again closer to that epic round of 16 matchup versus Cameroon. Now there's been a whole lot of talking in the build up to this one, and we're definitely about to do some more right here in this video. But before we get into that though, please make sure to like and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much. So yeah, the Super Eagles of Nigeria face the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon round of 16 matchup. The game will be played tomorrow, Saturday, the 27th of January, 9 p.m. Nigerian time to start, and it will be hosted at the Felicia in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Of course, the Felicia, the same place the Super Eagles face Guinea-Bissau. Now, when it comes to the fitness of the players, all 25 players selected by Jose Peseiro are good to go for this match against Cameroon. Of course, we had Alassane Youssouf, who picked up the injury against Equatorial Guinea, and also William Truce Ekong, who picked up the injury against Ivory Coast. Both were back in training a couple of days ago. So right now, every player fit and ready to go for the match. Now moving on to the Super Eagles opponents, Cameroon came into this match after finishing second in Group C, and Group C consisted of Guinea, Senegal, and Gambia. Their first match was against Guinea, a 1-1 draw. It started with Guinea up by a goal to nil, then they picked up a red card like at the ending of the first half. Cameroon gets the equalizing goal, game over. And you got the Senegal match, which Senegal really controlled basically start to finish. They had a 2-0 lead, I believe around 80 something minutes. Cameroon picked one goal in. Then of course Sadio Mane scored the third goal for Senegal to end the match 3-1. Gambia match, that was just a crazy match, one of the craziest at the AFCON so far. They were up 1-0, then went down 2-1, and at the end they got the 2 goals that they needed to win the match and finish second in the group. Real exciting match. There was even a hand of God that if without VAR that goal would have counted. I believe the ref gave it and everything. So it was a real interesting match right there. Now when it comes to this Cameroon side, I feel like they're a quality side. They have some good players. Good defense, strong defense. Of course, the midfield, Frank Zamba Anguissa, Napoli teammate of Victor Osimhen, real solid midfielder, can do basically everything in the midfield. Then the attack, they say they're getting back Vincent Aboubakar. Of course, we saw him at the World Cup. If you follow the African game, he has always shined for Cameroon. So he's a player that you always have to keep a tight marking on. So they have a really solid squad. Of course, Toko Ekambi, the other player that's coming back, they said Clinton and G, that scored against the Super Eagles in the 2019 AFCON. So they have some quality on their side. They're a real good side. They move as a unit. And I feel like this is going to be a tough matchup, but I also feel like the Super Eagles have enough to deal with this matchup and handle business. Of course, when you play a match like this, everybody has to know what they're walking into. You're playing a rivalry, one of the biggest on the continent. And this is a game that I kind of feel like form doesn't matter. How you come into this match doesn't really matter. It's all about your plan on the day. Even the plan sometimes doesn't matter. It's about the players handling business and getting the job done on the pitch. It's going to be physical, but I don't think we need to be looking to make it physical, but it is going to be a physical matchup nonetheless. I don't think we have any issues with physicality, so that's not going to be a problem right there. Now, if I could drop a couple of messages for the team, the first one would be stay on course, do what got you here. And the second one, of course, do not beat yourself in this game right here. Don't beat yourself. For the first one, stay on course. I know a lot of people are saying, well, we only scored 3 goals in the first round. Why would you want to stick with that? But you look at the full picture, we created the most chances in the first round out of every team, and our defense was tied for the best in the first round. So for you to say that they should change that up, I mean, to what? What other thing have you seen that was successful on this team? this is the one time that the coach is actually dialing it up, doing his thing. So we can't be retracting from what this man is doing. He has done a good job so far, so good, and long may it continue. For the second part, don't beat yourself. I feel things like silly giveaways of the ball, taking moments off during the game. I mean, first of all, the silly giveaways, like basically the situation that happened in the first match against Equatorial Guinea. That type of situation can never happen again if you're trying to make it far in this competition. Then of course, taking moments off. Sometimes a player gets past you and you're like, oh well, the next player is gonna get him, and maybe that same next player is taking his moment off and he's like the next, and that's how things happen in matches. So we can't take moments off in this game, and also we can't be selfish in this game. We gotta play as a team. We gotta look out for the next man, not just when we're talking about the ball. If you have a chance to run back and help the defense, run back and help the defense. If you have a chance to square the ball over to your man, square the ball over to your man, because at the end of the day, it's not just you who's gonna be celebrated, it's gonna be the whole team. Moving on, and last but not least, of course, lineup prediction. And the lineups have been pretty unpredictable throughout this competition. Of course, the second lineup was changed a little bit because of injury, and the coach also had some coaching decisions in the third match against Guinea-Bissau. And I kind of feel like it's good for the team because everybody doesn't feel like they're going to start. People are on their toes. People are working hard and training. People are trying to prove something to the coach when they get their opportunity. So this is actually good for the team that he doesn't have a set kind of lineup, a set 11 going into matches. Now that being said, let's get into the predicted first 11. Seems like Jose Pizarro has gone away from the 4-4-2 and now chilling with the 3-4-3. So I'm thinking he's going to go with it in this game also. Starting goalkeeper Stanley Wobbly. I don't think that's going to be a change in that situation. He has been doing a good job for the first 3 matches. Hopefully long may it continue. And for the central defenders, I think Calvin Bassi, Shemi Ajayi. Then the last spot I think will be between Ekong and Kenneth Omweru. I feel they've both done a great job thus far in this competition, but I'm thinking the coach is going to go with Truce Ekong. He started the first 2 matches of the competition, so I'm thinking he's going to come back into a spot. But like I said, if Kenneth Omweru goes, I trust him also. Then when you talk about the fullbacks or the wingbacks in this situation, Ola Aina, I believe, is definitely going to start. Is it going to be right? Is it going to be left? Will Bright Osai Samuel play on the right and he plays on the left? I think he's going to be playing on the right in this game, and you're going to have Zaidu Sanusi playing on the left side. That's just my thought process. He came off the bench in the match against Guinea-Bissau. There was no injury issue. I guess the coach was checking that other situation out, and I think he's going to go with Zaidu Sanusi. Just my educated guess on that one. Then the 2 in the middle, the 2 midfielders. Of course, we have the return of Alassane Yusuf, who we talked about earlier. You got Alex Iwobi, you got Frank the Tank Onyeka, you have Rafael Onyedika and Joe Rebo. But I believe the 2 in the middle are going to be Alex Iwobi and Frank Onyeka. They've been doing a great job in the first 3 matches, and I think the coach is going to go with them in this match also. Now for the front 3, of course, Victor Osimhen will be in the starting lineup. I think that's a definite one right there as the striker. On the left side, I think that's going to be a toss-up right there. Moses Simon picked up the player of the match in the last match against Guinea-Bissau. Of course, his cross led into the own goal that was scored against Guinea-Bissau. So that's gonna be an option. Of course, Ademola Lookman has started. He started the first match against Equatorial Guinea. Did he start? Yes, he started the second match against Ivory Coast. was on the bench against Guinea-Bissau. So that's going to be a little thought right there for the coach. Does he put in Ademola Lookman or does he put in Moses Simon? I mean, he could also use both of these players. He could play Moses Simon on the left and Ademola Lookman on the right like he plays at his club. But I think it's going to go with Moses Simon on the left, Samuel Chukwueze on the right, and we're just going to go into the game like that right there. And I feel like either way it goes, it's a win for the team, because then you're going to have a big-time player coming off the bench regardless. Either you're going to have Moses Simon coming off the bench or Ademola Lookman coming off the bench. You also have Kelechi Iheanacho who could come off the bench. I mean, we have a number of starter quality players that are currently on the bench for the Super Eagles. So worst come to worst, we can call up somebody off the bench to do something for us. But that being said, let me know your thoughts on this lineup right here. Also, let me know your thoughts on the match. Super Eagles of Nigeria take on the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. 9 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow, Saturday the 27th of January. Please don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.